Hello, my name is John Zarouliotis with Beyond the Harvest Health Foods and Herbs. In a few minutes we will take you in our kitchen to try some delicious recipes. Before we do that, however, I would like to talk for a minute on our relationship of our physical and spiritual well-being. The Bible tells us in Genesis 2:7, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life." Psalm 94:9 says, "He that planteth the ear, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see?" And Deuteronomy 28:15, it tells us, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and statutes, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So therefore disease is the result of disobeying the laws of God, both natural and spiritual. This text shows that it is God that has the blueprint of our body. And therefore, when we get sick, it is Him that we should seek first. As a matter of fact, God has given us health laws to ensure optimum health. Those laws are called God's Plan, which is an acronym describing His laws of health. The next few programs we will be discussing in detail these important laws. In the meantime, join us in the kitchen, where we'll prepare some delicious and healthy recipes. My name is John Zarouliotis, and I'm here with my wife, Bernadine Zarouliotis. And today we have a very special program where we're going to show you some recipes from Caribbean.
Especially from Trinidad.
That's right. And we're going to start first with something that is needed for cold weather, and that is the split pea soup, a great appetizer in the cold weather. The next one is also from Trinidad.
It's like a coleslaw, but it's cabbage salad.
Doesn't that look great? And of course, for the main course, we're going to have the pigeon peas and rice,
which is also called pilau.
Okay, and the next one, we're going to serve that together with the stew beef.
Yes, and that's vegetarian stew beef, of course.
That's right. And of course, we're going to top everything off with a great dessert of peanut punch. That's one of my favorite desserts from Trinidad.
Yes.
And the last thing we're going to do is an island blizzard, which is a very delicious, as you can see, ice cream. Now, there are a lot of people that actually they don't find too much peace in the kitchen because they want to change their diets to a healthier lifestyle. And they want to switch from, let's say, a meat diet to a more vegetarian diet, but they don't have a great opportunity or a great amount of dishes to do. So today we're going to show some great recipes from Trinidad. And of course, we're going to start with the split pea soup. And if we can put the ingredients at this time on the screen, we'll have for that 1 cup of split peas, 1 sliced carrot, 1 sliced medium onion, 2 chopped cloves of garlic, ½ cup of chopped celery, 1 cup of sliced potatoes, 1/4 cup of mixed vegetables, 1/4 cup fresh parsley, 1/4 cup of Bernadine's chick-style seasoning, 8 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of oil, and 2 teaspoons of sea salt. So let's go ahead and see how we can make this soup, because when the weather is cold, it calls for some nice warm soup.
Especially around the holidays.
That's right.
Especially around Christmas, it's a really good recipe.
That's right.
First, we're going to start with heating up our pot. So we want to turn the stove on.
Now, this is an original Trinidadian recipe.
Yes, and we're going to put the oil in the pot.
Okay.
This is a recipe, even though Trinidad is a very hot place, as Trinidadians, we still like to have soup.
I know, it can be 90 degrees outside and you always want something hot to drink. I was like surprised when you were always telling me, let's have some soup at 90-degree weather,
We just enjoy having soup any time of the day. And what we're going to do is saute our onions and garlic first. And today we are going to be using the split peas that is green and orange. We mixed it, and you can see what it looks like over here.
Yeah, this is... The split peas are great in iron.
So we just want to saute this for a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to add all the ingredients, so you can just hand me, except the mixed vegetable, we would add that last. So we're going to add our split peas. We already boiled the split peas.
How long do you boil the split peas
for? About half an hour until it's soft enough.
Okay, and you just put water basically, or you put any other seasoning in there?
No, you just boil it like that. If you want, you could add a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And we're going to add our carrots. And carrots, we know it's very good for beta-carotene. And celery. With this soup, you could add any other type of vegetable you like. But today we are just making it simple because it's just an appetizer. Okay. And we have, you can add peppers as well.
That's right. You can use it like a regular meal too if you wanted to.
Yes. And we will add our chicken style seasoning.
And now you're using this, this is the chicken style seasoning that you have come up with. This chicken style seasoning has no MSG, no artificial flavoring or coloring. It's a great seasoning to use if you are not sure of the seasonings, because there's a lot of seasonings out there that they have hidden forms of MSG. And you want to really make sure that you get something that it's healthy, especially if you're trying to cook healthy. So this seasoning that you developed is one that doesn't have any type of MSG hidden.
No.
Or,
and it tastes really good. It's a good substitute for chicken style seasoning, as like for when you're making like noodle soup. A lot of people wouldn't use the chicken style seasoning that's in that packet. But this is a good substitute.
Okay.
So basically, this is what you do, and then you would just let it simmer until we're also going to add some potatoes, and you want to cook this until the potatoes is tender and the carrots is tender.
Okay.
And then when it's almost finished, then we would add our mixed vegetables, because the mixed vegetables, you want it to be still a little crunchy, so you don't want it to be overcooked. As the other carrots, the carrots and the potatoes and stuff that is in here, it's going to be letting out all the flavors. But this is just so that we can top it off,
so you want basically the vegetables still be kind of crunchy, and of course you have to add your salt also.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't want to forget the salt.
That's right.
And you want to use mineral sea salt, because that's,
unrefined and unprocessed.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So that's basically what it is, and you can bring the final dish so that we can see what it's going to look like. So it's very easy, very simple, and you can do this, for the winter time especially. But like I said, in Trinidad, we have it anytime. And we also add dumplings to it in Trinidad.
Right. So that's a great dish to start the events. When you invite somebody and you want them to come for dinner, that's a great dish to start the dinner with.
Yeah.
It will keep you warm and will prepare you for the rest of the meals that we have. And of course, after the split pea soup, you also want to have a salad. And the salad that we're going to do today also comes from Trinidad too, and it's called
it's a cabbage salad, but over here it's most people make it like a coleslaw, but it's a Trinidadian style that we are using today.
Okay, and let's put our ingredients on the screen. Half head of shredded cabbage, half cup of shredded carrots, half cup of shredded celery, half cup of shredded red peppers, quarter of a cup of shredded green onions, quarter of a cup shredded regular onions, quarter of a cup of fresh parsley, quarter of a cup mayonnaise, quarter of a cup raisins, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and 2 teaspoons of sea salt.
Are you concerned about the well-being of your entire body? Try Bernadine's Gourmet Vegetarian Products. Call us at 322-2555, that number again, 322-2555, or 475-3623, 475-3623. Or you can visit us on our website at www.bernadines.com. beyondtheharvest.com or email us at crossexpress@yahoo.com. Products for the heart, from the heart. Bernadine's Gourmet Vegetarian Products.
So let's go ahead and see this. Now, this is a great recipe for somebody that wants to eat something raw.
Right.
So we got our soup, and now we're going to go through the salad. So show us how to
And
do
we're using all fresh vegetables because it's so important for us to eat. When we eat raw food, we want to get a combination of all the different type of vegetables that we can get all the nutrients and the different type of vitamins. You want it to look very colorful because it also... This is the way you would get all the different protein and nutrients that you need.
Right.
So.
Okay, so we have our cabbage, and what do we do next?
Okay, we shred our cabbage, and we're going to add our carrots.
Okay.
You could just put that in. And this is a simple recipe that you just basically would dump everything in and mix it up. And we'll put the meal last. And this is mayonnaise that we made for ourselves using tofu.
Okay, so here.
So this way you are going to get some protein
But they
in
can
this
use
as well.
But they can use any type of mayonnaise and things like that.
As long we try to avoid using stuff with vinegar, so that's why I prefer to make my own.
That's right.
But for those of you who want to use the regular ones, I guess you can.
Okay, and you put this at the end? Last?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're going to just put some fresh onions as well in this. And this is green onions.
Green scallions, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks already very colorful. And so you just want to stir everything together?
Yes, you just want to mix it up as you go along. And as you know, cabbage is really good for... I was listening to Dr. Trash, and she said that cabbage is very good for especially people who have cancer. Okay. She was saying that it's good for that and a lot of other different diseases she was talking about.
Right,
and I know a lot of people worry about stuff like that.
Okay.
Then we're going to add our red peppers. You can see how colorful it is.
Yes.
You can also add, if you want, a little bit of the yellow peppers as well, or green peppers. We're going to add the maple syrup. This is what gives it a little sweet flavor.
Sweet flavor, okay.
Usually in Trinidad we would add sugar. We would use brown sugar, but we would use the maple syrup over here. Okay. The 100% pure maple syrup. See how beautiful this looks?
It smells good too. You know, it's especially the parsley brings out the flavor in the salad.
And this is raisins. Raisins is it's very high in iron.
Okay.
So it's a good
and you use
substitute.
Now this is olive oil. Is extra virgin olive oil that you use?
Yes.
Okay.
We add that, and we would add our salt. And again, we prefer to use the 100% pure mineral
sea salt.
Sea salt. That's not as refined.
Okay.
So we just mix that in, and then you can pour the
mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise.
So this is similar to coleslaw, but it
just has a little bit more ingredients than the regular coleslaw you would find in the store. So that's basically what it is. And this is what it's gonna look like.
So it's a great way to really have, like I said, you know, even if you want to have a formal dinner for somebody, for some guests, and then you offer them the soup, then this is a nice salad, something different that you know you can offer them when you know you have guests. And of course, the final dish will look like this.
It's very colorful.
Yes, it is very colorful, and I'm sure it tastes good too. So now we got the soup down, and we got the salad. But of course, we need a main course too to go with all that. And the main course, we're going to start with what in Trinidad is called pilau.
Pilau, yes.
But
it's with rice and pigeon peas.
That's right, and we'll go ahead to the ingredients at this time. For that, we would need 3 cups of brown rice, 2 cups of boiled pigeon peas, 1 cup of coconut milk, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, half cup of chopped onions, 2 chopped cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, quarter of a cup of parsley, quarter of a cup of chopped celery. Also, quarter of a cup of chopped tomatoes, quarter of a cup chopped green onions, quarter of a cup of chopped bell peppers, and 2 tablespoons of Florida crystal sugar, and 6 cups of water.
Are you concerned about the well-being of your entire body? Try Bernadine's Gourmet Vegetarian Products. Call us at 322-2555, that number again, 322-2555, or 475-3623, 475-3623. Or you can visit us on our website at www.beyondtheharvest.com or email us at crossexpress@yahoo.com. Products for the heart, from the heart. Bernadine's Gourmet Vegetarian Products.
Okay, so let's see how we make this pilau, right?
Pilau, yes.
Okay.
And this is a dish that you would find mostly like when people go to the beach.
Okay.
And they have a cookout on the outside, they would cook this dish. And usually they cook it with meat, like with chicken or with beef or something. But today we are just going to make it without any of that, and then we'll make the stew to go with it.
Okay.
But I remember us having a lot of fun. We would go to the beach and bathe, and then my dad is going to, and my mom is going to be cooking this food for us.
Now, you cook that on the beach, or you cook it before and then you take it with you?
No, some people cook it before, but my parents used to actually cook it on the beach.
Oh, that sounds really interesting.
They would have like a fireside and just cook on the beach. It was a lot of fun.
The next time that God will bless us to go to Trinidad, then I guess we will try this. We'll take something and cook on the beach. But okay, so first you start with what do you do with the pigeon peas, because these look already moist?
Actually, the pigeon peas is a different beans from the normal beans that we have here. And what we did with this one, we boil it, and this is very high in protein. And we boil it first. So
now you boil it with just water, or?
Yes, just with water, and you could put a little bit of salt. But what happened is this beans is so dry that you have to soak it overnight, or you have to boil it for a long period of time. So it's best to soak it overnight, and then you would boil it for about an hour. It takes about an hour.
Okay.
So
what do we do first?
First, we're going to heat up our pot and then put our oil.
Okay.
And this, because in Trinidad, we usually brown our sugar, we're going to use the Florida crystal sugar once the oil is hot. And you would brown it for a little bit. You just want it to be slightly brown. You don't want it to get too dark.
Okay.
So once it's in the pot, it's going to start forming.
Okay.
And then you can see how it's going to get brown. And once that's brown, then we can add all the other ingredients.
Okay.
So we just have to wait a little while for that.
Now, usually, this meal, usually you serve it with the cabbage that we just did before, and also you serve it like with a beef stew type of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you could do,
So this is one of the traditional dishes from Trinidad.
Yes.
Okay.
And most people would just have peas and rice with the meat in it, and it's with some salad, and that would be a complete meal. You don't really need anything because of the rice has the carbohydrate, the peas have the protein, and they also add extra meat, so they get the extra protein.
But for somebody that's trying to switch their diet, let's say from a meat diet to a more vegetarian diet, this is a great dish to start with.
Right.
Okay, I can see that it's
Yeah, we just want it to brown a little bit, and then we would start adding all the ingredients to it. And with this, once it's brown, we would have to just throw everything in really fast, because you don't want the sugar to get
burn.
To burn, because
then it gets a little bitter. It has a bitter aftertaste.
Right. So you can see right now how it's forming. So we're just going to go ahead and throw in everything, and you just give me all the ingredients. We're just going to pick it up, and that browns it gives a nice brown color.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And it smells really good.
Okay, so you just have to like saute them until they get soft?
No, we're just going to cook it for a little bit and then pour in the soy sauce and rice.
Okay.
You can see how this looks, and it smells really good.
That's right.
So we're going to add our coconut milk. And
now that's something that they use a lot in Trinidad. When we were there, we noticed that a lot of dishes, they make them with coconut milk.
Yes, and this is very flavorful. The coconut milk, without coconut milk, the pilau does not taste
It's
good.
not a pilau, right?
No,
Okay.
so you have to have that.
I know when we went to, actually when we were in Trinidad a few months ago, it was interesting that we went with one of your family friends. We went to his backyard, and he had coconut trees, and he cut down a coconut, and then he gave me to drink the coconut water from it. So it was a really good experience.
You really enjoy that. You always talk about that.
That's right.
But
so you put your rice. Now this rice is not a regular parboiled rice. It's the brown rice.
No, this is brown rice, so it will take 45 minutes. Once you put it, it will take 45 minutes to cook. So because the pigeon peas take a long time to cook, it's not going to get mushy in here. It's going to be
so that's why you boil the peas first.
Yes, but it's still going to be firm. It's not going to be mushy.
Okay.
So basically, once you mix all of the ingredients in and the rice, then you would add your water. And with brown rice, we have 3 cups of brown rice. So we put, I think it was 6 cups of water.
Right, and so you let it boil for about 45 minutes.
Right, and this recipe you could also use thyme in it as well.
What about if you want to you use some alternatives and use let's say maybe some oregano? Can you use some basil, or that will change the taste?
It's going to change the taste, and also you can put a little bit of cayenne pepper after it's finished cooking. It gives it that extra spicy Trinidadian flavor.
Okay.
So that's basically what you would do, and then you would let it cook for about 45 minutes. And once it comes to a boil, you would simmer it. You would put it on medium and let it simmer for 45 minutes. And that's basically what you have to do to have Trinidadian pilau.
That's right. And this is how it would look like when we finish. Oh, this looks really delicious already. I'm getting hungry now. We got our soup down. We got our salad, and then we got our pilau. But now this, of course, is not going to be served by itself. You said that usually they use the beef, real beef, but we want to show them how they can do an alternative dish, and one that is a vegetarian style.
Right.
So this hope that you enjoy these recipes. And we want to leave you with this, that remember that beyond the harvest,
there's a better
land.